Welcome to Whispers and Ink, you guys. Here we are, going to take our very first look at the Meaningful Flowers Paper Pumpkin Kit. I am Jennifer, you guys. I'm not only here to inspire you, but I'm here to give you permission to try something new. And let me just say that Paper Pumpkin is an amazing place to start because everything is in the box. And I mean everything is in the box. So I'm going to lay this out. And you guys, I just realized I forgot my coffee. So I am going to lay all this out so that you can look at it. We got a free stamp set. Here. And then here's the secondary stamp set. And here's all the parts. I opened up the box, you guys. But I have to be honest. I didn't do anything with it yet. I've been tied up with retreat stuff and tied up with prepping for an event someplace else. And oh, look at how cute. Even the envelope is decorated. All right, so here's all the stuff. So give me a second. Let me go grab my coffee. Hang on one sec. Okay. Sorry, you guys. I got distracted by Joe. Here we go. Coffee. Now we're ready to roll. All right. So we've got Fun Fold for this one. Whoops. There we go. And it just folds over like that. Isn't that pretty? Okay. And then we've got some Starry Sky vellum, and then we've got a panel. I love that, with some, I'm going to say this is Orchid Oasis. Yeah, Orchid Oasis. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's 4 of each, so there's 8 cards in total. And we've got all the water lilies and then all the forget-me-nots. So I love that we have these laser cut pieces already. That I'm sure goes with that. Let's take a look at the directions. So, good morning, everybody, and coffee cheers. Okay, so those are the two as the directions state. And the directions open up. And you guys, my favorite piece of all these directions, and I know I've said it before, is, hang on. I can't even see. Can't see right now, you guys. My favorite sheet is this sheet. Is this piece, this panel right here. And the reason being is because everything that you need is, for each of the cards, is on this sheet right here. So for each card, and normally there's 3, excuse my arm, you guys. Normally there's 3. So sometimes it gets a little congested trying to figure out what's what. But so we'll need Your Friendship is Unforgettable, this flower, this panel, obviously ink, sentiment piece, that's your block, and a little bit of twine, plus dimensionals and tear and tape. So, and then for this one, you're going to need the card base, the background, the vellum piece, the flower, your block. You're going to need embellishments for this one, and then that. So we try to work off as the directions state. So let's try. You guys, I try to do as the directions state, or mostly as the directions state, because, you know, you can't always follow the directions, you guys, right? I mean, like, seriously. Following the directions all the time is just boring. Oh, and look, you guys. So you've got water lilies, and then the forget-me-nots. So the forget-me-not has the forget-me-not envelope. So cute. All right, so we're going to pull out all these pieces, that, and that. And then, so that'll be that card. Where did I put these? Oh, you guys, I'm making a mess. All right, so that's that. And then, for this one, we're going to need this, and then the twine that's in here, the linen thread. So you'll need all of those. And then we'll put this to the side over here. I'm not going to use my pretty peacock because I like to use my big ink pad. All right. So as the directions state, and I'm a picture visual, you guys, and they show that the water lily is peeking. All right, this one we're going to definitely have to see. What the heck's going on here? According to this, we're going to stamp the sentiment on the bigger part of this water lily. This one, you are capable of amazing things. Ooh, I like that. You are capable of amazing things. Okay, so that's going to go there. In Pretty Peacock. But according to this, you guys, it gets tucked inside, which I find curious. And apparently they kind of make a pocket. Oh, does it so you can pull it out? Oh. Oh, so it just gets tucked inside. Well, that's easy enough. All right, so we've got our tear and tape. And you guys, this is skinny tear and tape. Normal tear and tape, let me grab mine. Look at the difference. So that's a skinnier tear and tape than that. This is what came in the kit. This is what you get in the annual catalog. I like having that super skinny. I think I'm going to hold on to that. And we're going to use the full size instead. Because, and there's two reasons why. Number one, I know that I have a shaker card that I want to do, that I want to try, and maybe I'll share it here with you guys. And the skinnier line would be helpful to me. Okay. So let's get our tear and tape on here. Come on. Oh my gosh, you guys. I said it yesterday, last night, and I'm going to say it again. I love my Take Your Pick tool. Love, love, love it. This one, you guys, I want to square off the nice edge on that so that I can run it from end to end. So I'm going to put it right there, and I'm going to run it all the way to the other end, just like that. And yes, I know it's tear and tape, but I want to see that clean edge there. And I want to do the same thing over here. And I will lift that so that I can cut it straight there. And I can do the same thing right here. Maybe. So the one thing about vellum, if you've never worked with vellum before, and I'm very curious how this is going to turn out, is that you can see your adhesive through the vellum. So I am super interested to see what happens here. Super, super, super interested. All right, so I used my bone folder and I made sure that it was adhered real good. And now I'm using my take your pick tool and I'm lifting up that adhesive, or the backer on that adhesive. And this pocket is going to go in here. So the other reason why I wanted to use that thicker tear and tape is because it'll get my water lily up just a little bit higher. All right, so there is, you can, if you look super close, you can see the tear and tape on there, but I can definitely live with that better than the other options. All right. So we're going to take the "You Are Capable of Amazing Things" and we're going to stamp that on that. Good morning. Hi, Donna. We're going to stamp that, and then according to the directions, this is going to go in here. But see how there's less of a pocket here, which I like, because then people get confused on what they're supposed to pull out and what they're not. Or if you use different, I'll use my dad as the example. My dad cracks me up, you guys, because it's a big joke on he has a really hard time figuring out which way the cards open, okay? Because I do cards that open this way. I do cards that open this way. I do cards that pull apart. I mean, we all do all the fun things, right? So I have to laugh when my poor dad opens the cards that he gets, because he's like, okay, Jennifer, which way does this card open? And so people get confused. And my dad has been getting cards for me, you guys, for not quite 20 years, but probably 17 years at least. So it is one of those things that you would think by now, but he doesn't. So with that is why I like this up being just a little bit higher, okay? And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of fold that, and this has a little break in the sentiment part. So we're going to make sure to tuck that lily and make sure that it gets popped up this way. Now with it being curled, you can see there's a sentiment there, okay? Right? And with it being curled, maybe somebody will try to pull it. I always like to give people an idea of what they're supposed to do, okay? All right, so we're definitely going to need those according to the directions. And then here's my dimensionals, because, you know, we're going to put that on dimensionals, because dimensionals are the best. Let me know if you agree in the comments, because, you know, my opinion is not gospel. Goodness knows. You guys hear the thudding in the background? That's the kittens chasing each other around the kitchen. All right, so we're going to use, and we use all of our dimensionals around here. All right, so we're going to, and we don't have to take all the backs off, you guys. Not all of them. I only do my 4 corners, typically. And then we're going to put this on here, like that. Okay, so where did they put... They did 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's several in the... Oh my goodness, how many did they use? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They used 7. Oh, that seems slightly excessive to me. But they put a little cluster. I like the idea of a cluster in here. So we're going to do that. On the water lily, kind of looks like droplets, right? I think I need some more putty. Here's your tip for the day, you guys. All right, so clean off your dried putty, and you're going to take your pick tool and you're going to squeeze it until it starts to come out, and then you're going to back it off. Okay? Because then it won't keep oozing. It drives me crazy. I do it too, you guys. It keeps going and going and going, and then you can't use it. I think we're going to use 5. Because we'll use like 1 here, and then we'll use 1 more. Like, oh, whoops. Oh, here they come. The crazies are coming. Okay, got stuck on my take your pick tool. Scissors will be to the rescue for this one. There we go. And we'll put that one there. So here is the water lily card, basically as the directions state. I got a little frugal with my embellishments. Okay, we curled the lily a little bit so that people know to pull it out. And I hooked it right there. And you can see that there's words there. I mean, you can see through the vellum that something's there. So that'll help you know to pull it out. All right, so there's card number 1 as the directions state. Oh. Yeah. All right, so here is card number 2. This one seems a little bit more self-explanatory. Oh, they put the 8 inches of linen thread on the sentiment part. Okay, so you are unforgettable. You are unforgettable. Goes in our little sentiment piece. Like that. And then we are going to, whoops, I'm going to stamp this in the middle. Trying to get it straight, you know, on a song and a prayer, right? Oh, that's not too bad. I can live with that. Not too terrible. And now we need our linen thread, which I know it was up here. I remember seeing it. Here it is. Underneath my directions. All these little bags. That would be a good bag to send. This one's too small. All right. Linen thread. You guys, I'm not a measurer. I like dangle the tendrils on my linen thread. So, and I have more, so I'm not worried about it. But we are going to make our bow. And I have to be honest with you, I'm probably using like 12 inches. Not going to worry about it. There we go. All right, so now this is going to go on here. And they use dimensionals on this. So we're going to use dimensionals on each side. And then they put the bow in the middle. I think I'm going to put the bow, I'm going to make it the loops just a little bit bigger. And I'm going to put the bow like off to the side so that it doesn't take away from the sentiment piece. All right, so this goes in here like that. And we're going to do dimensionals on the top, and then we'll do glue on the bottom for this one. Gotta close up that ink. Because one of two things will happen, you guys, if I don't. If I don't close it up, I'll either stick my hand in it or I'll put my paper in it. Am I the only one? All right, so there's that. Now I'm bringing in a glue dot. It's not in the kit, you guys. But if you've gotten Paper Pumpkin before, there's always glue dots. Well, lots of times there's glue dots. So I'm going to put that little glue dot right there. You could use a little strip of tear and tape if you wanted. I don't want to fight with it. And then we're going to angle our bow this way. And it's going to go right there. Because I like the little tendrils. I like that it's going to hang outside of the card. To me, that is pretty. Okay? If you don't like it, then don't do that. But here's my question. What if we put it here on the front and then gave the bouquet of flowers? And then, because I like a sentiment on the front. Not always necessary. I do understand that. Not always necessary. However, I think that Your Friendship is Unforgettable is perfect for the front of this. And I don't mind that it covers up that one little flower right there. If we do it kind of off to the right a little bit. And did I put my dimensionals where I need to put them? No, but that's okay. Who's growling? You? Sorry, you guys, I was distracted. I heard growling. There we go. We'll put it right there. Okay. And then that. Oh, I only saw that there was one in the box. There was actually two in the litter box, you guys. Ay, ay, ay. Making sure it's straight. There we go. All right, so there's our sentiment on the front. But I'm going to bring in, what do we got? We do have an extra. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There was 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to use the extra one. And I'm going to do the, you rise above the rest. Because I think that's perfect for the inside. Now, if you don't want to use that other one because you're worried, I do have a piece of scrap right here. We can use that. Love having white scrap right here. And actually, I probably find one a little bit skinnier than that. There we go. Now keep in mind, there's the whites are different, but I'm okay with that, you guys. I mean, I'm not, at this point, no one's going to notice. Hey, Sue Kramer, Nobody's going to notice if the white is slightly different. Let's be honest, you guys. Do you critique a card when you get it, or are you just like me and you're so excited to get a card that you ooh and ah over the card that you got? I bet you that's what you do, because that's what I do. Because they're always so different and they're always so pretty. Okay, you rise above the rest. There we go. Oh, Sue Kramer. It was so good to see you in Las Vegas, Sue. I am so proud of you. Oh, we were talking about you yesterday. Tammy Fletcher and Paula and myself, and there were a couple other people at the table. We're so excited for you. There we go. So there's our sentiment, additional sentiment for the front, or for the inside. Now, I bet you're worried about where you're going to write. Well, look, there's all kinds of room right here. I think I'm just going to glue this on. Oh, good. I'm glad. All right. Make sure our sentiment is the proper direction. That's always a good idea. And then we're going to put that right there. All right, so your friendship is unforgettable and you rise above the rest. Okay, I like it. I like the little extra little piece there. And because we didn't use all of the embellishments on the other one, I'm going to put a couple on here. Because we can. Because we can. There's actually more bigger ones on this one than there are smaller ones. Okay, come on. There we go. So we're just going to do 2. And I don't normally do even numbers, but just a little bit on the sentiment. All right, so here's our as the directions state basically. Now, I have one idea for us. Kind of taking a cue from this, okay? I thought it would be super cool to take this card. I'm going to cut this off. I know. And I'm going to put a slit in here. Because what I want to do, and oh, dang it, I forgot to grab it. You're going to fall. Okay. Because forget-me-nots, you guys, forget-me-nots have a seed packet. I told you you were going to fall. I told you you were going to fall. Knucklehead. And when you get seed packets, most of the seed packets are about this size. So my thought is that I'm going to cut this. We're going to make this a pocket, okay? Because what we're going to do is we're going to tuck this inside. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me grab my trimmer. And I could leave the flap on there, but I think I'd rather do something else on the front. So we're going to take this, and all I did was line that up in my trimmer, okay, in the track. And what I mean by the track is this little groove in here, okay? I'm lining up the edges, and I'm going to take my trimmer, and I'm going to cut this piece off. And don't worry, we're going to use it somewhere else eventually. And then I'm going to measure out. We know that that's 4 1/4 wide. So I'm going to let's move this because some reason that's getting all wobbly. We're going to take this and at probably 3 inches. Yeah, let's do 3 inches, okay? We're going to do at 3 inches here. We're going to take our trimmer, our cutting blade. We always say dark as death around here, okay? And see how there's numbers on the side of your trimmer here? See how it goes to 4 1/4? So what we're going to do is we're going to cut from 1/4 of an inch all the way to 4 inches. We're going to cut a slit so that our seed packet will fit. So we're going to, and on your trimmer itself, right here, where this little hash is, see where that little line is right there? That's where your trimmer blade is. Okay, so you're going to make note, we're going to go all the way from the 1/4 inch all the way down to 4 inches. And be careful and see how we have our little slit here. There's the opening for our seed packet. So it'll go like this. Just like that. And like I said, this is a marigold packet, but forget-me-nots come in a seed packet. I would definitely do forget-me-nots in here. Now, I'm thinking we have 2 options. We can create a pocket using this, but I'm thinking that we need to go in a different direction. I think that we could get some Daffodil Delight in here, and we could make a cute little, I don't know, something. Oh, thanks, Sue. So a cute something that will have a flap on it. I know it had one, but here's my thing, is it doesn't cover the whole thing. I want to cover this whole section. So let's see, let's grab some, oh, maybe it'll be lemon lolly. Do I want lemon lolly or daffodil? See, and this is where I'm going to grab both because I have both in scrap. This is where we can grab our direction sheet, and if you look on the back here, Bubble Bath, Crushed Curry, Garden Green, Melon Mambo, Misty Moonlight, Orchid Oasis, Pretty Peacock, and Tahitian Tide. So they say Crushed Curry. I see a brighter color. See that lemon lolly in there? That's what I see in there. Not the Daffodil Delight, but I definitely see the lemon lolly. So I think we're going to use that. And this piece actually should work perfectly. This piece should work perfectly. So I'm going to cut this end off. Because, you know, we don't need that jagged star end, right? And we're going to score this just under, here's 4 1/4. That's the 4 1/4, right? I'm going to go to 4 1/8 because I want to make sure, again, that they know that this is an opening. Now, I haven't figured this part out yet, but I'm thinking that we could pull this back in if we did it. Oh, Sue, what do you think about that? And then this opens up, and then you can put a little sentiment piece or something on that. on the back of the seed packet. Oh, I think I like that. And we'll leave this little pretty on the bottom. Ooh, yeah, I'm digging that. Okay. So we're gonna cut this off at, let's see, what do we want this at? I want that at 1/2 of an inch. Nah, do we need 1/2 of an inch? Yeah, no, we can't do 1/2 inch because that break is at 1/4. So we're gonna cut this off at 1/4 inch. You like that? I thought so too. Okay, good. Yay. All right, so using my bone folder, I only have 1/4 of an inch. So we have 2 options, okay? I like glue, but remember that skinny tear and tape? Look at that. That'll work. Where the regular size tear and tape, where did that go? Where did the regular, oh, I put it back. The regular size, it's almost too big. So I'm thinking, what did you find? No plastic. Tape. What is it with you guys and the tape? Plastic. They're eating plastic. So I'm going to use glue because I like glue. But don't go crazy. You can't, this is one you cannot go heavy-handed with the glue. You want to go super light. And we're going to fold this. And remember, I want to leave the flowers exposed. And, oh, look at that. It's actually too big. I know I did 4 1/4. Oh, dang it. There we go. See how it's hanging over? How did that happen? I know I love the skinny tear and tape too. Apparently I didn't measure properly. We're going to take a scotch of that off. Like a 1/16 of an inch. Okay, there we go. Oh, there we go. I like that. Okay, so now we have this piece. Yeah, that really does make the yellow pop in there, doesn't it? Oh, so pretty. We can add dimensionals to this, but I'm going to take that linen thread and I'm going to put it through this grass piece right here. And I'm going to wrap it around and I'm going to tie a bow. And I always do ribbon first. If you're, here's a, try different things and don't adhere it. Make sure to lay it out first to make sure that you like it. Because if you don't like it, there's no going back. After you put it down with glue or even your glue or even your tape runner or whatever. There's no going back from that. So we're going to tighten that and we're going to tie a bow, and I'm using my reverse tweezers because the first bow wasn't tight enough. And we got that. And then we'll tighten that, loosen or make the loops a little bit smaller, and then tighten and then trim. There we go. And I still have twine left, even with all that. Okay, so now we can put our dimensionals on. And I'm not going to go up top because I know it hangs over. So I'm just going to go, again, 4 corners and maybe 1 in the middle, just to make sure that there's no sagging in the middle. Because I don't know what we're putting in the front yet. But that is definitely, oh, How cute. So just a strip there. See, now we could have put that on the back side, but I didn't want to see it back there either, right? So we were kind of between a rock and a hard place on this one. I'm sacrificing the inside for this. And I'm okay with that. All right, we're going to put, I know I like this, so I'm going to put this on. And so I'm centering this up at the bottom. Making sure that this blade of grass doesn't go over. It's got to stay in the card, right? Oh, I really like how that came together. All right, love that. Now we have a lemon lolly piece for a sentiment, and I'm thinking that we might need a little bit of a bigger piece. Because it would be really nice to put one, or actually we could stamp. Ooh, I like that idea. 2 inches. Let's measure that. These are custom cards, you guys. Yep, 2 inches would be perfect. Okay. 2 inches. And we're going to go high tech on this part. Put that there, and I'm going to mark it. And we'll see where that is. That's at 3 inches. So 2 by 3 to cover this, the back of the seed packet. But we're going to, of course, we're going to stamp first. Now, I'm going to bring in, maybe, I got to find it first, my piercing mat. Where is it? Because I want to make sure that that flower comes up really pretty. And I don't know where it is. Apparently I didn't put it away, you guys. Big surprise. Big, big surprise. Not for me. Buckle Bath, Misty Moonlight. That's what we'll use for the flowers. Misty Moonlight. We'll use this one. We'll use this one. Okay, so we're going to grab that flower, this flower, forget-me-not flower, and use that. You guys, we've used almost every single stamp in here. I love that when we do that. Now you could, if you wanted to, you could use your Stampin' Right markers, you guys, and you could color the flowers different from the stems and the leaves. But here's the thing. I'm not going to do that because here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this, and I'm not using the whole thing. I'm only using part of it. Just like that. So what I can do is I'm going to take my Wink Stella and I'm going to use that to color the flowers. And I'll show you in 1 second. Let me get a couple of them done here so you can see. And then I'm going to clean off my brush, and I'm going to grab my Garden Green ink, which, by the way, was just an ink in a paper pumpkin. I don't know if it was a time or two ago. Now, you see how I have ink there? I don't mind having ink in my well, okay? That's what I call this, the little well. But I'm going to show you how to do it. So you want to close your ink, okay? It's snap shut. And from the underside, I put it down on my table and I push in the middle. Now, you only want to use a little bit of force because you'll still get ink in here, okay? See how we got that little bit of ink? And trust me, when I say a little bit is going to go a long way when you're pulling color with your Wink of Stella. So now I'm adding the green with my Wink of Stella. And I'm going to do it on my stem. And yes, it's going to pull that Misty Moonlight, but the green is darker. So you should be okay to get just the green in here. And I'll show you in 1 second. Clean off your Wink of Stella tip. And you can see the green versus the blue. There you go. And it's shiny, which makes it even better. So we've got that. And I think we're going to go back to you're capable of amazing things. And we're going to go back to that. Even though I know what the forget-me-not devotion, love, devotion, and memories, but I think that still is applicable. And I'm going to do that in the Pretty Peacock. Which, wow, that really does. Pretty Peacock and blue and the garden green, that looks really pretty together. All right, so now where does this go? This is going to go right here. And because it's inside the edges of the seed packet, you don't have to worry about it not coming out. So to get this on the seed packet, I'm going to pull in that tearing tape. And you guys, I'm only going to do it because we don't want to waste, right? I'm only going to do it across the top because that's where it's going to be tough. You know that you can be careful, right? You can be careful tucking the seed packet in, but the person who's going to pull the seed packet out may not be. Because they may not know to be careful. So we're going to use that across the top. There's the tearing tape, and there's that. And then we're going to put this right in here. Just like that. Now, I'm not worried about it falling through the bottom, but if you were worried, you could put a little glue dot on the seed packet. I'm not too worried about it. And then there's our seed packet with our card. Just like that. Da-da-da-da. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so what did we add here? The only thing we added was some lemon lolly. That was it. And this, oh, I think this is so pretty, you guys. I love, as soon as I saw this card, I knew I wanted to do Forget-Me-Not seed packets. All right. So that's what I have for our first look at the, was it August? August Paper Pumpkin. What'd you think? Something that you'd want to try? I bet you are brave enough to try a paper pumpkin, you guys. As you can see, all the adhesive that you need was in there. The only, when you get your first box, you get your block, your paper pumpkin block that's actually inside. And we just got our sneak peek for the October box, which is going to be about the holidays, and I'm super excited about that. You can get a jump start on your Christmas cards. All right, you guys, if you have any questions at all, then go ahead and pop them in the comment section here, you guys. I hope that you have an amazing day getting crafty, and I look forward to seeing you guys Saturday morning sometime, because I'm going to be